Hi folks, another little video on the Scimitar MV6. As I got the head, the inlet off, I just thought I'd do a quick video showing the work I'd done on improving the airflow, sort of whatever it was 10 years ago when I started working on it. Firstly, the multi-ram system's gone, and the filters look like this now. They need a clean, obviously. Then you've got two straight pipes there, back to the throttle body. There we go. That's been bored out, so I took those out on the lathe, stuck them in the forge and took those out by something like 3mm diameter, I think it was. And then you've got to then take the slot out in the shaft, so it's a bit wider where the butterfly goes through, and then make new butterflies to fit the bigger hole. So those were made on the lathe as well. The unfortunate thing, having used the forge oil chuck on the lathe, it pinches the circularity, if you like, so it turns it into an oval. So it's nice and round when it's on the lathe, and as soon as you release the two jaws pinching the throttle body here, you end up with an oval shape. So at the time I was working at a college, and one of the chaps downstairs put it on a milling machine and made it round for me. But the butterflies, they're easy to make on the lathe. So we've got something like an 11% improvement in cross-sectional area on the throttle body, so that was that restriction gone, or improved. I think I did a little bit of matching here, port matching, just a slight tiny bit of grinding out to match the shape of the 6 crossing inlet runners. So they are. Then done nothing to these really. I have just noticed actually that the 3 litre, was it the Omega engine, the 3 litre has slightly bigger. I'll put it next to the 2.5. There you go. You can just about see it. Those runners are bigger. I think they're 30 something, 33mm on the 2.5 and 38mm on the 3 litre engine. But it's a little deceiving because on top they're exactly the same. They're both 38mm. So I kept hold of that for a bit, and now I've got this off the car, I can see the difference. So that one's going in the bin. But for that reason, I was not able to remove the LPG too neatly. So I've just blocked up the LPG hoses, and I've ground away the part that was sticking out, the nozzle that was sticking out into the inlet runner. So it's nice and smooth. There's no performance detriment there now, really. Yeah. So that's to there. And then you get to the base of that crossover, those inlet runners. You get this sort of base plate thing. The injectors mount in there. There's holes in there in that casting. And then you've got the cutout here, the extra shape at the top for the injector spray. So the injector sits around about there. And what we had in these plastic, this plastic moulded piece, was huge lumps in the side here. I mean, like as thick as your finger almost. Here and on the other side here, which I don't know. I don't know why they were there, but they're not there anymore. I took those out with a die grinder, and that has made I think a fairly big improvement. Obviously I've then ported the cylinder head. Nothing too scientific, just you know, smoothing off the castings and taking out lumps and bumps where there were some, and sort of smoothing out the corner, the turn into the where the tract widens and splits into 2. Yeah, but the biggest thing I think which has improved performance is taking these lumps out of this plastic casting. They were massive. They must have improved mixing or something, I don't know. Maybe they just detuned it. As with most of these engines, the old Cosworth BOB engines, the BOAs as well, I think they were all designed by, well, Cosworth or I think this one might have been Cosworth as well, but correct me if I'm wrong. And then the OEM gets it back and they put a load of restrictions on it to bring the power down to something sensible. But I think this engine made a great deal of power during development. And obviously I've freed up quite a bit of it doing that. And then the exhaust manifolds as well. I might show you those actually later when the engine's out. But yeah, there we go. A little bit of the performance-y stuff, which got us a minimum of 50 horsepower extra, if not quite a bit more. There's no cams in this or anything. No uprated cams, sorry, of course it's got cams, but yeah, there we go.